Okay, I'm a little late with the video. I apologize, but it's here. I know you guys were waiting for it because it's the best time of the month. It's anti-haul time. Woo! Ooh, 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 ooh. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is that time of the month where I talk about K-pop albums that I refuse to buy. Okay, refuse is a strong word. Really, this video is me just saying how I want to buy these albums, but I can't find a good enough reason to do it. So this is an anti-haul. If you don't know what an anti-haul is, I will explain it. It is when I talk about albums that have come out this month and reasons why I choose not to buy them. It's a way to express my thoughts, to confirm, it's a way to someone's got to make me feel better about not buying some albums, and that's why I talk out my feelings, okay? And if you get some entertainment from listening to them, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe I help you not buy albums. Maybe this doesn't work at all, and I just have persuaded people to buy albums they didn't really want. And oops. I think so often in the K-pop community, especially amongst the collectors, it's really challenging when you don't really want to buy an album, but you feel pressured to. So here I am to say it's okay to not buy an album. And it's nobody's business why you didn't buy the album, but I'm still going to tell you why I didn't buy an album. And I apologize if you're offended by me not buying your faves. That's a little strong. I'm allowed to buy what I want, okay? I'm allowed to not buy what I don't want. I don't know why I do this. I'll be honest. So the way my anti-hauls work, I talk about albums that I have purchased. The ones I have purchased, I'm not really going to talk about because I'm most likely going to talk about them more in other videos where I'm unboxing them, and there I can give my thoughts on them. It's mostly going to focus on the stuff that I'm not buying, and it's not my intention to be disrespectful to these releases I'm not buying, because sometimes it is just I want to buy them, but I can't, and I have to convince myself that I can't do it. And it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be entertaining, maybe a little funny, I don't know. Okay, let's start with the stuff I did buy. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have a notebook, because I don't remember things. So I bought Twice's More and More. I just bought one version. WJSN's Neverland. I bought all versions. Woo! First time I ever bought all versions for WJSN. I went wild. IZ*ONE's One Eric Diary. I bought all 3 versions of that. Nature World Code M, of course. I bought that. Stray Kids Go Live. I bought the limited version of that. Wiki Mickey's Hide and Seek. One version of that. Golden Child's Take a Leap. One version of that. And then I bought Weekly's debut, We Are. I actually got the signed version from N-Wave. Guys, I actually bought albums this month. I feel like the past few months, I have started my anti-hauls saying I didn't buy anything. So this is the first time in a while I've actually bought releases of the month. It's so exciting. But there's still a lot of albums I don't want to buy from this month, so we're going to talk about it. In the true anti-haul fashion, I've got my drink. Tonight's drink is a Dogfish Sea Quench Ale Session Sour. Blissfully brewed with lime juice, lime peel, black limes, and sea salt. All right. Starting off the month, we've got Victon's Mayday. Okay. 2 versions for a single. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. Why am I gonna... It's one song. Why sell multiple... Oh, it drives me nuts. Whatever, get your money. I get it. If it was one of my faves, I'd be buying it, both versions. But it feels cheated. I don't know. I actually did like the song. I'm not a huge Victim fan. I know they kind of got a little bit bigger because of Produce X101, which I did not watch. I have no attachment to the group. I do not own any of their albums. I do not have any intention on buying their albums either. I don't know if they have like a really good album I should check out, please let me know. But for now, it is a no. Flying Communication. I don't think that's actually what the album's called. The album's like so something I can't read and then Communication. But we're just gonna call it Communication. I do not own any Flying albums. I'm not a huge fan of the K-band, K-rock section of K-pop. I don't know if it's for me. Could be wrong. I don't know. But for now, it's a no. Next, we got Super Junior KRY, When We Were Us. Ballads. Yeah, I'm not a huge ballad fan, at least when it comes to K-pop ballads. As far as some ballads go, these were nice. I'm also not a Super Junior fan by any means. That sounded kind of harsh, but I don't really follow Super Junior. They're a little bit before my time. I'm a young K-pop fan. What can I say? I don't know. There was one song though that I was like really kind of into because it had like a trumpet and I played the trumpet, so I enjoy a good trumpet. The Way Back to You. That one stood out enough for me to write it down. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Oh, okay. So, okay, before I talk about this next album, one of my biggest worries with my anti-hauls is becoming repetitive, because if you've watched my previous ones, you kind of have an idea of what I like. It's every video I talk about how I love girl groups. I love the Nugu girl groups. Not really a fan of boy groups too much. It's really hard to make me want to buy a boy group's album if I don't collect them already. And this month, man, what a month for men. Honestly, after I finish filming this, depending on how I feel after this drink, I might actually just bulk order some of these men albums. I have to talk about some of these releases because I was blown away. I feel like such a hypocrite saying that I don't want to buy them when they actually were pretty incredible, and that's like really high for me to say with boy releases. It's not that I think all boy group songs sound the same, but they have a similar sound and it's not my vibe. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, so one of the albums I have to talk about. Ha Sung-woo? Oh god, I didn't pronounce that well at all. Twilight Zone. Dude from 101. Holy what? I have said I wasn't a huge follower of 101. I didn't really watch Produce 101. I did watch it like after the fact. I liked Daniel and Ong, and that was about it for who in 101 I follow. But oh my god, this album is so good. This title track, I watch all the live stages of it because his charisma, where did this come from? Like, I don't mean to be rude by any means, but, and I know I'm not alone in this opinion, because he was the 101 member that was like the surprise of like, he's just like jumped from like 20 to all of a sudden he's in the group. So I didn't have expectations of him, and sorry, Sung-woon, but, and you know what? I'm eating my words on this one. He's fantastic. He is the best thing to come from 101 right now. I like him more than any of the other soloists, probably any of the groups at this point. I was just so blown away by this album, and I'm probably overhyping this album so much, so don't like go in thinking like it's like a full-on masterpiece of an album that like revolutionizes K-pop. It's not that, but it's really good. The first like 3 tracks are just so incredible. And it's really rare for me these days to really vibe with a boy album. I have to buy it at this point because of just how much it like really it didn't affect me, but I really love this album. And I don't know, this isn't the only album that did this to me this month. What a crazy month June has been, I swear. But whatever. We're gonna move on. Okay. The next album, Unquans from BTOB, Forest Entrance. I am not a huge BTOB fan. Well, okay. Pause, rewind. I like fun BTOB. I like fun BTOB. So like Wow is like one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. Love that. Not a huge fan of the ballad BTOB, and this is definitely more in the ballad section of BTOB. Possibly a mistake listening to this right after Super Junior KRY's album. I was a bit drained with ballads. I mean, he's a great vocalist, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a ballad listener unless it's like out of this world, spectacular. I don't know. I have a specific taste with ballads, and a lot of K-pop ballads don't quite satisfy that thirst. That kind of was weird, but you get what I mean, right? Okay, this is another album I have to talk about. This one came out of nowhere. Elast Daydream. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce the name. Elast, I think that is. I don't know how else you would say it. So this is a rookie group. It's their debut EP. I remember seeing teasers for them coming up, and I had no interest whatsoever, I'll be honest, okay? I don't get too hyped for new boy groups. This release. So, I don't want to get into it too much. I hear how I sound. There's something about with the music a lot of new boy groups have been putting out that isn't refreshing. There's nothing like new about it, and like the same thing can be said about girl groups. I'm fully aware. I'm biased. It is what it is. This album though, I have such a respect when a group seems to have a unique concept or something that just separates them from the rest. This happened with Trey last year. I absolutely adored them, and now they're gone, but it's fine. We're not talking about that. This, specifically talking about the intro and title track, I was blown away. I was not expecting this. The instrumentals are fantastic. It's like everything I love. I'm ready to get on board. Like I said, I feel like at the end of this video, I'm going to end up buying some of these albums that I'm so on the fence about because I love them so much. Okay. Move on to something I don't want to buy, okay? Wavy, Awaken the World. It's an SM album. I'll give it that. That's not a bad thing. I like SM albums. However, I'm not the biggest NCT fan. I don't collect NCT. I have Dream albums. That's for the most part it. And then it's collect them as they come if I really like them. I guess it's confusing. NCT's a really confusing group for me. I have decided I think I do like Wavy more than 127. It's more of my kind of sound, but it's still not enough for me to want to buy the album. Next we got Daya, Flower 4 Seasons. Oh, Daya. Daya is one of those groups that I really want to like. As I've expressed before, I really like girl groups. So whenever there's a girl group I don't connect with, I get kind of sad. And I almost want to force myself to like them. And it's just not healthy. I will say, the first track of this album, I actually liked. I thought that was pretty good. The rest, I don't really remember. I know the title track sounded very old G-Friend, which was surprising. But I guess that's kind of Daya's older sound anyway. I think what's kind of upsetting with this comeback is it steered it's so different from their last one. Not that I was a huge fan of their last comeback. I think that was a path they should have continued on. And then not to mention the whole like members thing, how there's just 2 members not there and they didn't really talk about it. They're just like, here are the teaser photos and there's 2 members not there, and then like, no, don't worry about it. They just didn't want to be in this comeback. It just feels Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is an album that came in a pouch, which is a big ooh. We don't stand pouch albums on this channel. Speaking of pouch albums, next we got Haze, Lyricist. I honestly forgot this happened this month. I totally missed this when it came out. I knew it happened, and I guess I just didn't listen to it. And I think I was still on the WJSN like hype when this album came out. Yeah, it's Haze. I enjoy Haze. I have 2 of her albums. There was a time where I thought about collecting Haze and realized it was going to be hard to do that. And then I also found out I don't like a lot of her album packaging. And I just didn't want to do that. And then this really confirmed that I don't really want a Haze collection. I have her 2 best packaged albums, so I'm content with those. Why, Haze? Why? Come on. We're gonna move on to the next one. D-Once. That is how you pronounce it, right? It's not dice, it's D-Once. Dunce. Draw You Remember Me. Okay, this falls into the category of new boy group, so they're not on my radar. And that continues. I was not expecting such a slow album from them. This is their second EP. I applaud them for not having the sound that so many groups are doing right now. They went for a slower approach, and I liked it. It was decent, but nothing stood out enough for me to want to buy this. So for that, I'm out. 17 Hengaraye. Many thoughts on this. So, I have talked about 17 before in one of my anti-hauls. I collect 17. Or rather, I guess I should say I collected 17. There are 2 17 albums I don't own, not counting this recent comeback, and I chose not to get them because of the packaging. The first was their debut. I don't own their debut because I don't want that packaging. The second one was their last one that came in an envelope. I hate that. And now, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I cannot stand this. I'm all for innovative packaging. I love creativity in K-pop album packaging, but oh my god. Whenever I feel like I'm damaging the album in any way, it drives me nuts. I don't know. I can't do it. And it feels so like you gotta buy all versions to really get the full experience. I don't know. If you don't know what the 17 album package is like, it's like you buy the versions and then you can like create your own album packaging photo book thing, and it's like a 3-hole punch and you like make I hate it. I just absolutely hate it. And like, I enjoyed this release from 17. This is more up my alley and what I like from them. Because I really like Fun 17 a lot more than like serious 17. It's just so disappointing. Oh my god. This is gonna be the hardest one of the month. Okay. I didn't even write notes about this one. It's just... my notes for this next album are just must buy. So let's talk about one of my favorite minis that has come out this year that I really want to buy. Woods Equal. I love this EP so much. I think this is the strongest release of the whole year. Every song's good. There's really no dull moment of it. It's fantastic. I love this EP so much. Accident is like a song of the year for me. The variety you get on this album, it's so good. It's so good. If you haven't checked out the album, you got it. It's Woods, WOODZ, equal, as in like EQUAL. Okay, you would have found it. Okay, check it out. I highly recommend. I love this album. I see myself getting this Sungwoon's album and Elas's album. You know what? I'm gonna buy them. I mean, no, don't buy them. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them. Just one version. Just one version. Yeah, please check this album out. I know Woods, he's been around. I know he did a song with Sumin, and I love Sumin. She also had an EP this month, but doesn't have a physical release, but it's fine. We're not going to talk about it. If she could just release some physical albums, that'd be so cool. But fine, Sumin, it's fine. He was in Produce X101. He made the group X1, and you know what happened there. And honestly, for the best. Sorry, that's a little rude. Sorry, X1. Like it is sad, but we wouldn't have gotten this album. And this album is like one of the best things to come from this year. So I love this I love this album. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're not supposed to buy these albums. Next album, Third Eye Triangle. I hate to say this, but I was kind of disappointed with this release because I really like Third Eye. They're one of those groups that I've really been kind of hyped about with each release because they're not huge, but I like them. I loved Out of My Mind. Queen was really good as well, and I like that this mini has their first 3 titles on it. This title was a little not as good as the other ones. And also, let's talk about the album packaging for a bit. It's a triangle. It's like a, what is it? Miss A's Hush is like that, where it's a triangle packaging. Terrible look on the shelf. I don't want that. Sorry, Third Eye, but I like the rectangular kind. I think this one's a matter of if I end up liking the group a lot later. So if I end up really liking their next releases and I want to get the full discography, that's when I see myself getting it. But right now, it's a no. Next, we got AB5's Vivid. This is their best release yet. I'm not a huge AB6 fan. I was surprised by how much enjoyment I got from some of these songs. There's some really cool stuff happening. I don't see myself buying it. It's also really unfortunate, the situation that happened with this release. However, taking that all into account, pretty solid. This is definitely heads above the last 2 or 3. How many releases have they had? Debut, the full album, they all had their solo things, and now this. This is easily the best they've done. Good for them. Good for them. Okay, the last album I have that I'm going to talk about is Hwasa's Maria. Okay, so this is the last of the Mamamoo solo albums, I believe, which is kind of exciting in that means we're probably going to get an album from the group. I think this was my favorite of all the Mamamoo solos we got this year. There were definitely some standouts on this album. I really love the intro, and LMM, which I do call Lin-Manuel Miranda, was pretty good. That was a good ballad. I enjoyed it. The rest, not quite for me, maybe. She says Maria like 20 times too many for my taste. I don't collect Mamamoo at all. I haven't bought any of the other solos, and it's not like Hwasa is my bias, so I don't have that like connection to wanting to get it. Also, pouch packaging. Stop. It's like K-pop knows that I refuse to buy those, and they're trying to help me with my problem by releasing albums that I just won't buy because of the packaging. I swear to God, if Oh My Girl or Red Velvet releases a pouched album, I'm gonna... So that's all the albums I have written down for the month. Oh, I forgot one. Blackpink has a version of their single, How You Like That. Now, I haven't had a chance to really talk about Blackpink on this channel because they haven't put anything out since I've started this channel, but I'm not a Blackpink fan. I actually don't mind the song. I think this is one of their better songs, but I don't plan on buying this. No. Also, it's a single. That's one song. It's hard to convince myself to buy. I mean, we'll see how their release in September goes. Prediction, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I try to keep an open mind with releases. I give everything a fair shot. As we saw this month, the men won. I mean, okay, no, that's a lie. I bought way more girl group albums. But I was really surprised by boys that I didn't think I would like. So, just proving that I'm not completely biased, okay? The only extra thing I have written down that wasn't an album was the Luna light stick, which came with a cape and a pouch, and you best believe I bought that. How? What? Yes! I am gonna have so much fun with that light stick. It like blows my mind when people say they don't like the Luna light stick or that they don't want the cape. Like, and that's the video. Yeah! I'm so bad at ending a video. I mean, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I'm not... You do what you want to do, okay? I am getting close to 500 subscribers, and I'm also getting close to having my 500th album. So it would be so cool if those like lined up at the same time. That's kind of like my goal, to have my 500th album for 500 subscribers. It would be so cool, but it's fine if it doesn't happen. It's cool. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, hopefully you didn't dislike the video. I know these can sometimes get a lot of dislikes, and I get it. Yeah, have a great day, a great life. Let's hope July is also another fantastic month for K-pop. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do this. I am going on to Music Plaza right now. So I know the whole video is me being like, I'm not gonna buy these albums. But I totally just bought those 3 albums that I wanted to buy. I have no self-control, okay? I have no willpower. Anyway, now the video's over. Bye. I'm gonna regret this in the morning.